Bring me Thanos! Yeah, this little Thor's hammer keychain is my only weapon of defense against the Mad Titan Thanos. I don't know if that'll work. Thanos, to me, is an incredibly fascinating villain, and I cannot wait to dissect this villain with you. What did you think of Thanos in Infinity War? Let's talk about it in the comments. Welcome to Durbania, I'm Durbin, and this is my theological analysis for the MCU's Thanos. And I do want to make that distinction. I will be analyzing the MCU's Thanos and not Marvel Comics Thanos, because I know there are a few differences thus far in the interpretations, and honestly, I gotta do some, catching up on Marvel Comics reading. So if you have any great Marvel Comics Thanos storylines that I should be reading, leave those suggestions in the comments, and I look forward to digging into those. Right now, I look forward to dissecting the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Thanos.
When I'm done, half of humanity will still be alive. I hope they remember you.
What makes Thanos such an interesting character to me is his conviction, it's his motivation, and I feel like Infinity War does a great job in showing us that Thanos believes in what he believes in wholeheartedly, and he believes what he's doing is right. Now, you do that with a lot of villains, but for a lot of villains, what they want is vengeance on the world, or they want to take over the world, or, they want to watch the world burn. But none of that is Thanos. He doesn't want to take over the universe. He wants to kick back on his farm and watch the sun rise on a grateful universe. He doesn't want vengeance or what he wants, the quality of life in the universe to be better. And he says that to Gamora, that he believes he's the one with the knowledge and the will to do what is necessary to make that happen. And part of what makes his character interesting is how good Josh Brolin is at portraying that conviction and how good Marvel has been at showing us that that is his conviction. I feel like they did a really good job with that. What's incredibly horrifyingly depressing is the way he wants to make life better in the universe, and that is genocide, to kill half of all life in the universe. That's what he wants to do to make the quality of life better. He tells Gamora it's just a simple calculus. The universe and its resources are finite, so kill half of all life, and that way there's enough resources to go round. But you know what he forgot in his simple calculus? He's going after all 6 Infinity Stones! My gosh, with just the reality gem alone, he turned a gun into bubbles, he turned Drax into weird blocky things, and he turned Gamora's knife into bubbles. Okay, he really likes bubbles.
I like you.
But we've watched him change reality. So if he's got all 6 of the stones and he's got all of this power, his first thought is death, when in reality, he could snap his fingers and multiply the resources of the universe so that it would fit the needs of all life in the universe. He could do that, but because he's filled his heart with darkness, only darkness can come out even when he thinks he's trying to do good. There's only darkness in there. I mean, in the comics we dive into this, he's literally courting death. The female personification of death is Mistress Death, and he's got a great big crush on her, and he's trying to impress her. He's literally let death into his heart. And this film, what we really see is he's let the wounds in his heart take over, and he's really just let this darkness in his heart. In fact, he's become an amazing picture of something Jesus said. He said, the eye is the lamp of the body. If your eye is healthy, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eye is bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. So if the light within you is darkness, how deep is that darkness? So if he's saying the eye is the lamp, he's saying what you take in and you let come in here and come down into your heart, into your gut, to the core of who you are, that's important. It's important. In fact, a proverb says to guard your heart above all else because from it flow the issues of life. It talks about the importance of the heart. It talks about the importance of the core of who we are and what we take in and what we let in there. And Jesus said, oh man, if you think that the darkness inside of you is light, then how deep that darkness is. That's what Thanos is the picture of. But when you look at Jesus and you look at the example he set, he was faced with 5,000 starving people. 5,000, it only records 5,000 men. There were women and children, so there were more than 5,000 people on this hill. The disciples were like, send them home because they're hungry. And Jesus said, you feed them. And it's interesting because, I don't know, maybe he could have been like Thanos, snapped his fingers, half of them died.
He can do it with the snap of his fingers. Just like that.
There! Now y'all got plenty. Go back to your homes and you have less people trying to eat the food you're trying to eat. Yay for you! That's not what Jesus did. He took 5 loaves of bread and he took 2 fish. He took the limited resources and he multiplied it so that the 5,000 plus people that were there, the families, the children, the men, the women, they all ate until they were full and there were baskets of leftovers. So to me, Thanos is just the perfect illustration of someone who did not guard their heart and let in so much darkness that when even given the ability to change reality itself, his very first thought was to bring death instead of life, which perfectly illustrates to me the need to guard our hearts. So when you watch Infinity War, what do you see? When you look at the character of Thanos, what does this character represent to you? What do you think of this character? Let's talk about that in the comments. And while you're there, hit the subscribe button to become a Durbanian and hit the bell by the subscribe button so you're notified the next time I do a theological analysis, movie review, ranking video, or anything else I do here. I'm Durbin. Thanks for checking out Durbania.